Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered for the end. What's up, guys? Kevin here, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are at the penultimate episode of Series 12. Last time we reacted to The Haunting of Villa Diodati, whatever it was called, and it was actually a really decent episode. It was actually pretty good. Actually, probably the best episode of Chibnall's era. It was actually it was actually quite good. You know, it was actually surprisingly very well written. Had its problems, sure, but in terms of the whole of Jodie's era and Chibnall's run as showrunner, I'm pretty confident in saying that was probably the best episode that's come out in Chibnall's era. It was very good. The companions were very good. Graham especially. Jodie was very good. She was very good. Finally, I feel like that she's actually... I think this series, she's definitely been the best part, one of the best parts about it. Even with the poorer stories, she's still got a lot to do, a lot to develop. And I think this two-part I'll go into in a bit, talking about that. But I think she's finally sort of to get a hold of the character and get a hold of what she should be. Because I think they're finally understanding what to do with her as a character. And I'm excited to see what they do in the next two episodes. And so, we have... The Cybermen are back. They came back last time. You know, that was my theory, even though I didn't say it before it was revealed. So that was a big no-no from me. I don't know why, but... But yeah, the Cybermen came back, and it was a different kind of Cyberman. It was, like I said in the reaction, the way they used the Cybermen was very different from how they normally use them, as they are an inevitable force. The Cybermen, that's their whole idea, that what makes them scary, because no matter how weak they may seem, the fact that there's so many of them and they seemingly are an inevitable force makes them so scary and brutal. So this different kind of one where it's more emotional, it has more of a mental side to it, was very interesting. Not something I particularly am into as a concept, but I thought it was executed pretty well. I think there were a couple dodgy lines here and there, but I think the writer for that episode was very, very good. You know, I'm glad that I've learned that she's going to be a core writer, the writer of the last episode going forward, because the writer for that was very, very good. I want them to come back for sure. So now we are reacting this week at Ascension of the Cybermen, which, when looking at all the talk and all the prospect of this episode, it seems it's going to be a very post-apocalyptic kind of episode, like last of humanity fighting against the Cybermen in this great war. It's very interesting. It's going to be very interesting because I actually think that idea is very cool, and I like that idea, and I'm looking forward to it. I think this has potential to be a very good finale. If Chibnall should just write this competently and have a lot of character drama, I think the potential for Jodie's Doctor in this episode is massive, because she caused this. She caused this world, this war, bringing the Cybermen back into power with obviously the thing that in the last episode, I can't remember what it was called, I think it was Cybers or whatever it was called, that gave the Cybermen the ability to revamp themselves. I think that's a really good way to develop her character. You know, because she caused it. She caused this resurgence of the Cybermen. And I think what they need to do is get the companions to realise that and just sort of think, you know, they went against what Jack said. Don't give the lone Cybermen what it wants. And she didn't do that because she wanted to beat them and think that's the only way to do it. Give them what they want and then go and find them and then beat them that way. So it's going to be interesting. So it's either it's going to be a very interesting episode because we've still got the whole, is Jack going to turn up? Because he obviously knew about the lone Cyberman, but didn't show up in the last episode. So how does he actually know about the lone Cyberman? They have to address that, otherwise it's a bit of a plot hole. And also, is anything of the Roof Doctor going to come up in this 2-part? I think it will, but will it be this episode? That would be the interesting part. And will the Master obviously be involved? You know, there's so many things to go into it. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm actually weirdly excited for the first time in quite a while, because I mentioned in the last reaction that I thought I was enjoying it as it went on. The investment level just wasn't there to really crank it up another notch, because I was liking it as it went on, but the investment level, and I mentioned it, and a lot of people didn't like that in the comments. A lot of people didn't like the video in general, but they clearly don't understand what I'm actually trying to do. What I'm doing with this series of videos with reactions, I'm trying to give a perspective of writing quality, not just say, oh, this is cool, like other reactors do. And it's not a shot on them, it's not a shot on the other reactors, but I prefer talking about the episode as it goes on, and sort of talking about the writing and pacing, all that, talking about all the elements of what makes a good story, and then talk about it, you know. And it may come across as that I'm being a bit of an arsehole, but I try to be as critical as I can be, but I do praise the episode, and if I like it, I will say I liked last week's episode, but to say it was a flawless episode and it didn't have problems is ridiculous in my opinion. I like how I said in my opinion, but yeah. I will always criticise an episode if I feel it's necessary, but I'll also praise it at the same time. It's just, if you're gonna stick around and you don't like most of my reactions, you're gonna have to get used to that, or you're just gonna have to go. You know, if my content isn't for you, it's just not for you, and that's not me saying, hey, you don't like my content. I'm just like, if you don't like the way I do my videos, that's completely fine. Just, you don't have to stick around. I'm completely fine with just being catering to people that like talking about writing, talking about storytelling. Is this well written? If it is, why is it well written? If it's not, what are the problems within the story and what could have been done to fix that? Doesn't matter if there are characters that existed in the story within the history of that episode. They still need to be characters. They still need to function properly and have a purpose within the story. It's not an excuse, like I said to one comment talking about people, like all the people that were actually real people in the last episode, but them not doing anything. That isn't an excuse to then not do anything with them, you know, isn't it, as an example. But yeah, I've rambled a bit too much, but yeah, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into Ascension of the Cybermen.
Every empire has its time, and every empire falls dead.
It's not. Look at that! It's an RTD Cyberman! Ah, RTD Cyberman! I'm such a mark for RTD Cyberman. Ooh! Transition through the eye. That was cool. Here we go. Very quick cold open. Very quick cold open. So, oh boy, here we go. Season finale part 1. Is this going to be good? I am really hoping it is. I'm invested in it because of how good the last episode was. Here we go, Chibnall. Don't let me down. Don't touch the baby. Why is there a baby just in the middle of nowhere?
That's right.
Aww, poor baby.
He's ours.
Hey!
Call the doctor.
Oh, hello.
Half a mile out.
That was a good transition. Uh-oh. Those look really good.
Yeah, I didn't have a clue either. I don't understand it. Your basic Cyberman is part human, part machine.
Thankfully, the doctor has explained what a Cyberman is to them, at least.
Cybermen are allergic to gold, right?
I did hear that once.
Yes, which I learned in Silver Nemesis.
Force field, yeah.
I think that's the first time they're using gold in New Who. Very quick start to the episode, that's for sure. What the hell? Why are these their heads? Cyber drones? Why are they heads of Cyberman? I like the lack of music. It makes it way more intense. Oh no. Oh god.
Systems didn't stop them, Doc.
I know. They destroyed everything we brought with us. I know.
We haven't got anything else to defend ourselves or them.
I know! I've been so reckless with you. What are you talking about? You're human. If they capture you, they'll convert you.
Yes, Jazz. Remember? They convert humans.
Guess.
Jodie's on fire right now.
It's just you and me.
No, it's not. Hey! Best Cyberman. Not true, but you know, I love them. Bye bye. Well, that didn't work. Ooh, they're saying delete. Uh-oh. Oh god, Ryan's gonna get captured. Oh my god, they forgot about Ryan. Oh god, oh my god, imagine if Ryan gets converted. That would be madness. Oh god. He's gonna get captured. Oh, thank god. Oh god, yeah, he's still there. Oh god, I really like the design of the lone Cyberman. You are not compatible.
You show courage, but you're a liar.
Oh no. Oh.
All life will fall, and the Cybermen will rise again.
Not if I have anything to do with it.
Yeet! Well, thankfully they only brought 2 Cybermen on each ship, or 1 on each ship.
Need help with that kid? Who are you calling kid?
You got a kid, mate.
I want to make a difference.
I honestly wondered what that family has to do with this episode, or this story, because it could go into the next episode.
We get through there, the Cybermen can't follow. The boundary patterns are never the same twice. It's our best hope of safe harbor.
Aren't we in the middle of space? Oh Jesus, what was that? Jelly baby.
Added ginger.
Oh, it's just sweet. It's not a jelly baby. God damn it, Chris doesn't understand Doctor Who. Ah.
I've stopped you lots so many times before, and I'll do it again. Time after time after time.
No.
You lose, even on the moon.
But now I understand. I was not discarded. I was chosen.
There's no glory in being a Cyberman, and there's definitely no glory in you. I mean, talk about an identity crisis. You despise who you are. Those are human emotions.
Yeah,
The real
they're not.
Cybermen,
Yeah,
they don't do emotions.
you're not a real
You
Cyberman.
loathe your own.
You are correct.
To bill you for therapy at this rate.
The Cyberium has given me understanding.
What's beyond that?
All your deaths.
Thief! Oh look, it's the place from Broadchurch. Oh. Nope. Whoa, what the hell? How are you alive? No, how are you still alive? What the hell? I imagine that would, like, if you're in that situation, getting shot and falling off a cliff but surviving, that would be, it would never happen, but imagine, like, the mental breakdown you would probably have from that.
If anyone's got any...
Oh god, it's a Cyberman scrapyard in space. I'm loving the love for the RTD Cyberman. Good on you, Chris.
Dead Cybermen.
Here we go. It's going to be a big crash, though. Oh. Well, that worked out perfectly. That's pretty fast. So it's not a planet, it's a person.
What about me?
You've come a long way, Graham O'Brien.
Thanks.
Yay. The most developed companion that we've had in Jodie's era.
Level 139. It's always been my favourite level.
Man, Chris actually with some decent jokes in this. Not amazing, but they're not cringy, I'll give him that. This is nice, I'm enjoying it. It's nicely paced. It's a relatively easy to understand plot. And it's going on nicely. The only thing we don't know about is the family with the kid that survived the fall and the gunshot.
Excuse me, I'm the most normal bloke you're ever going to meet.
No, stranger's a compliment.
Is it going to be a Cyberman? Is it going to be... Oh. Hello. We might have just activated... Oh my god, that's a lot. That's not good.
You sacrificed your own life on the chance others were still out there.
You make it sound more noble than it is.
So is it true?
I think it's a trick. I could be completely wrong. But I think it's a trick. I think it's a trick to cause new Cybermen. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Bottom, 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 bottom. That's a transition and a half.
A bit further, and it will respond.
Jesus.
Here it comes. Thank you, sir.
I'm really interested to see what this story about Brendan is. Like, what is this?
Hello, Brendan.
What is going on? What is going on, Chibnall? Okay.
Close enough to send a signal, warn him we're coming.
So what are they doing to him? What has Brandon got to do with the story? That's not good. Yeah, there's no way out.
To break in.
Are they gonna get captured? What's going on here? Oh my god, it's Gallifrey!
I've never seen it look like that before.
And now Ryan's found out that she's been lying. What the hell? What? Oh, it's the Master! Hello!
Be afraid, Doctor.
Ah, the...
Because everything is about to change.
What? Oh my god! Ooh! That was a pretty decent cliffhanger, I will say so myself. So that was part 1 of the finale, Ascension of the Cybermen, and I'm going to be quite honest, I actually really enjoyed that. I actually really quite enjoyed that. That was a very well paced, a very tightly written, very much a part 1. It felt really like a part 1. It never rushed anything. Nothing. The only things I would say as negatives were, I think, weirdly the brother to the guy, they set him up as like, oh, he doesn't talk that much, and then killed him off. And then only that, there were only just a couple bits here and there, you know? Some characters obviously got killed off, but after that, I was really into the whole episode as it went. I think it was all the characters. Yaz felt very like she took control of her section. I think Graham was very, very good. It shows how, again, like Yaz said to Graham, how far he's come, and I would agree mentally that, you know, he, as a character, he has come very far, I would say. I think he's very well developed now, and it really is the only well developed companion in the story. The Doctor, I felt, was very good in the first half. She didn't have much to do. She didn't really show up much in the second half, but I don't think she needed to. I felt because it was so focused on the Cybermen aspect of the story. Also, what is the hell was going on with this whole Brandon thing? He survived the fall, and then taken by his dad and the other cop who haven't aged. He's then getting taken to a chair and being electrocuted for some reason. Oh my god. This part 1, there are so many questions. Yes, and Chibnall has to answer them in the next part. Also, Gallifrey the Master were in this. What the hell? That was it wasn't like a big cliffhanger, but it was just Gallifrey the Master showed up, which I kind of expected. I don't think the Master would show up at some point. But yeah, I'm glad he is back, because then he can show off the new Master costume that he didn't even get to really show off in his first appearance, which is great. And I'm looking forward to seeing what he does in part 2. So does this whole, the boundary thing, does that have something to do with Gallifrey? Were people going to Gallifrey for some, I don't know. God, there's so many questions. But yeah, in terms of an episode, this is well paced. I liked the way it was written. It was probably one of Chibnall's best written episodes he's done, because it just went along very nicely. It didn't feel dragged at any point. But it took its time. It's setting up all these questions. The thing is, Chibnall has to answer these in a satisfying way. That is what is going to rely on part 2 of this story. I think it's called The Timeless Children. So it's my theory of the boundary being a way to create more Cybermen. That was false, of course. It was actually a pathway to Gallifrey, but we don't know why. And we don't know what the Master is on about. Oh, God, I actually really enjoyed that. I can't get over how much I really enjoyed that. So I think it has something to do with a timeless child. It has something to do with Gallifrey. So why are these two things connected? Oh god, I'm actually really excited for next week's episode. I'm really excited for the finale. Oh my god. God, is this what it's like to like a Chibnall episode of Doctor Who and actually look forward to the next episode? What the hell? And you know what? I think it did very well in balancing the side characters as well. There was quite a lot, but I think they obviously killed a lot of characters, which the one thing I will say about Chibnall's era, that I think it, at the very least, it is not afraid of killing characters off. I am very, very thankful of that. Because I think in Moffat's era, it felt like he was so hesitant on actually killing people regularly. This one doesn't. Chibnall is not afraid to just kill people whenever he feels like it. But yeah, oh boy. And the Cybermen design, the new one, and the fact that they brought the RTD versions of the Cybermen, which, as an RTD fan, that was close to my heart. I love the Cybermen. I really love the Cybermen, and I actually felt like the Cybermen were used very well in this episode. I think the lone Cybermen, I'm actually kind of getting a grasp of what he actually is. Weirdly, Ethan. No, you know what? No, forget it. Yeah, I just enjoyed that. I just really enjoyed that. Obviously, there's a lot of questions. This is obviously connected. I think it's connected to the Timeless Child. Is the Roof Doctor going to show up in the next episode? Probably. I hope. The Master is obviously involved. I look forward to see more of the Master. I really am, because I felt like he was very wasted in Spyfall, because he was very much pushed aside and then put in front and then pushed aside by Barton and then the Kasavan. They all mundled together really poorly. So I really hope that he gets some time to shine in the next episode, which is the finale. Oh god, we're already at the finale next week. Oh god, I have to wait a week. Man, yeah, but I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed that. I think that was actually one of Chibnall's best written Doctor Who stories he's done. Yeah, I don't really have that much problems with it. Just a couple of characters I think were set up but then killed off, and a couple of parts are in it, like for example the Cybermen saying that they're letting them know that they're coming for them. Like, why would you tell them? Like, it's a bit stupid. But that's a very nitpick thing. Well, it's not necessarily a nitpick, but it's not a major thing. It's still valid criticism. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I really did. So what am I going to give this episode as a ranking? You know what? This is probably my favourite episode of the series so far, so I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I actually really did. It's not the high of highs. It's not on the level of, like, Army of Ghosts, Doomsday. It's not on the level of Heaven Sent, Waters of Mars, but those are the top tier episodes. This is just a very good episode, you know? And I'll be shocked if people don't like it. If I'm the only one that likes it, I'm going to be so annoyed, because I thought it was pretty good. Is there improvement that could have been done in this episode? Sure. I think the whole Cybermen drones using their head thing is a bit silly. I think that there were a couple of things here and there that I'm not meh. I think the Brandon stuff I enjoyed, but we don't know what it's about, so I can't really comment on it because I don't know what that has to do with the overall story. But I'm interested to see. Chibble has built this up pretty darn well, and also there was no cringy humour. It was just banter and decent humour. It wasn't anything relatable. God, I'm actually so thankful that Chris did comedy pretty decently. Not amazing, but it was something. Man, and also Jodie was pretty good. Like I said, Jodie was pretty good, but like I said, she didn't really show up much in the second half. First half, she was pretty darn good. But yeah, man, I guess that's what it's like to actually enjoy an episode of Series 12 fully. To fully enjoy it. Man, that was really good. I enjoyed that. Again, I'll be shocked if people don't like this. I will be shocked out of my mind. Because that was good. Like, that was good. Last week's episode was good, but this was better. Oddly, the dialogue was fine. It was actually fine. That is crazy. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ascension of the Cybermen, 8 out of 10 episode. I guess, ladies and gentlemen, that just leaves us for one more episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you next time for the finale, Series 12, The Timeless Children. I will see you then.